I'm Erin Harrison coming to you from Cloud Expo in Santa Clara, California, and I'm joined today by Josh Simon, Director of Data Center Services for Atlantic.net. Welcome, Josh.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So what does Atlantic.net do exactly?
We're primarily a cloud hosting provider now, focusing on cloud servers, private cloud, and hybrid cloud.
Okay, and where have you guys seen the most success? You've been around for a while now. You're certainly not a newcomer to the industry.
Yeah, we've been in business since 1994. We've always been profitable, solely owned by our founder and CEO, which is really, really nice. We have zero debt, which affords us a lot of flexibility and is very assuring to our customer base. Primarily focusing on our cloud products now. We've been around since 1994. We started out doing dial-up, made the transition to dedicated hosting, managed hosting, co-location, own and operate our own data center, and now we're really, really corely focused on cloud hosting.
So your cloud suite, how would you say it's different from what your competitors may offer?
We're very much focused on a couple of key things. Security, we think our cloud is much more secure than a lot of the other providers. Simplicity and ease of use is a big core focus for us, as well as speed and performance.
Is security still a major concern in the enterprise? Is that?
I think security is the #1 concern, certainly.
So how do you address that? You know, if your customers are concerned about security issues, how are you sort of putting their minds at ease?
We have a lot of proprietary things that we've rolled out into our cloud. A lot of our enterprise customers that we have NDAs with, we've taken them step by step through the processes and things that we've rolled into our cloud to assure them that it's a secure platform where they can trust their data.
And are you seeing greater adoption in cloud hosting than say maybe a year ago?
Absolutely. I mean, I think people are more at ease with the concept. I think the real last barrier is the security and kind of peace of mind that comes with knowing that your data is fully secure, even though you may be running on a shared platform in some instances.
And what would you say is the greatest benefit for enterprises or even SMBs moving to the cloud?
I think that right now it seems to be the focus is on cost savings. Because in many cases you have a shared platform or shared infrastructure, you're going to have some cost savings associated with that. But I would say secondary to that is certainly the flexibility that cloud provides, where you can turn up or turn down servers very quickly, migrate your workload depending on your performance needs.
And I think the term cloud can sound somewhat cryptic to enterprises.
Yes.
And you know, what is that? And we talked earlier about, you know, simplifying the process, simplifying adoption, making it easier. How do you guys offer that?
Well, we definitely saw from our user base when we were in our R&D phase about a year ago that by far people wanted a more simplistic experience. Ease of use was the #1 thing that people were looking for managing and deploying resources in the cloud, and that's what we've focused on. Basically, if you wanted to go turn up a server with us, we're not going to ask you 100 different questions. We're just basically going to get out of the way. You basically tell us what operating system you want, what resources you want, what you want the server to be referenced as, and you hit go, and your server's there 10 seconds later.
Okay, great. Also, there's a lot of discussion on the public cloud, the private cloud, and now the hybrid cloud. So tell me a little bit about that.
Well, of course, public cloud is kind of what a lot of the early people in the industry were focusing on, and that's where, you know, companies such as us is going to provide you with the ability to just roll out servers, you know, in the cloud, virtualized on a shared platform, meaning that you're going to be on a platform that has multiple people on it, sharing somewhat resources, even though they may be dedicated just to your use. You're still going to be sharing some of those resources with other people. Private cloud is typically where dedicating a full platform just to one corporation or enterprise's use, so they don't have to worry about someone maxing out a CPU or utilizing too much disk storage or disk I/O. And then hybrid cloud is usually some type of melting of those two technologies, public cloud and private cloud.
And what about compliance and how that relates to a hybrid solution?
It really, really depends on what industry the customer's in,
Okay.
requirements they have. But there's a lot of things that we do for our customers now. For example, we have a customer that's has some of their stuff with us and some of their stuff at their own location. And we have a true private network set up between the two locations that doesn't traverse the internet. they're completely secure communication between the two, so they don't have to worry about any of that.
Okay, great.
Whatever current policies they have in place for compliance, they're able to easily integrate with our platform.
Okay. Any trends that you're following for 2011 and how that fits in with your agenda?
Yeah, definitely going to continue to focus on security. We've done so much already, but we feel that there's some room for improvement. We have a lot of stuff on our roadmap that we think are very exciting, and we haven't really heard anyone else talking about. We're really anxious to get out there with to the market with. Certainly continuing to focus on security. We really want to build a lot of additional advanced features, but make them very, very easy for the average person to use. You know, you don't have to have a PhD, never read 20 books and 20 manuals on how to use our system.
Right.
So that's our focus.
Simplification. And then finally, what about standards? Do you think that that will come anytime soon?
Probably not, just because there's so much, I guess you could say, division between all the different providers that are out there now, and there being so many different platforms. I think it would almost stifle innovation to have those standards. It would be lovely and make things a lot easier for providers, but at the same time, I think there's more to gain by having different platforms and the competition between the platforms now, especially for the end user.
That's a really great point. All right, well, thank you, Josh. I've been speaking with Josh Simon, Director of Data Center Services for Atlantic.net, and I'm Erin Harrison, coming to you from Cloud Expo in Santa Clara, California.